The only battle we will ever win by giving up is the battle against our own mind. Resistance towards life. It's the only battle we will ever win by giving up. And this is something I've learned to recognize over the last few months, going back to like 2 years, but it's been a gradual process of letting go of this resistance towards the mind. Because the mind is always trying to convince us that pain is dangerous. That emotional pain and that disturbing thoughts, all of these things are somehow dangerous and we need to resist them to keep ourselves alive, to stay alive. And it's a lie. It's not true. We have been fed this lie by society. And we all walk around and believe this. It's like mass psychosis, hypnosis. We're being fooled into believing that the more we resist everything and the more we disagree with reality and the more we divide ourselves into separate camps, like I'm this person, I vote right or I vote left, Democrat, Republican, whatever. The more we do this, we will somehow take ourselves closer to the truth of who we are. Because we believe that our thoughts, we believe that they are the truth. We believe that this thing in our mind telling us that pain is dangerous, that we need to resist all the time, is somehow true. But it's all a lie. It's not who you are. You can choose to stop resisting that. And actually, when we learn to not resist that, everything just opens up. Everything becomes vibrant and clear. And it doesn't have to do anything with spirituality or being a guru or needing to meditate or anything. It's what we are. We are that. You are that as well. All of us are that. But we get so stuck in this never-ending loop of resistance towards life. It's like we disagree with reality. Isn't that insane when you think about it? Like we disagree with things that happens in our lives. It's like, I can't feel this way. No, I disagree with that. I can't think this thought. I need to move out of here. This is unacceptable. Why? We become our own worst enemy. It's like there's no war that's worse than the war we fight against ourselves. And it's the war that our mind presents us to all the time. Just waking up, oh, there it is, that's that war again. I need to start resisting this again. I don't get it. Or I do get it. I've been living like that my entire life as well. And I see people living like that. Most people on the planet. And so when I see people that have started getting it, like, okay, they're not in a lot of resistance here. I appreciate that. I like that. Because if you look at a person with like severe resistance to life, it's like I can tell they are exhausted. They just want it to end. But they just keep this act up. They keep this mask. It's like, don't look at me. Don't come in here. I'm resisting this. And they do it because they think that is the savior. They think that it will keep them alive somehow. And it does. It keeps that part of ourselves alive, that resistance to life part, which creates all the misery and separation and suffering and worry and stress and fight or flight and all of those things that we are desperately trying to get out of by resisting them, which makes them persist. It's such a fascinating concept that I have grown deeply fascinated about, that we all have. And with this way of life, we're not present. We're stuck in the dream. We're dreaming all the time. We think that this is the answer, but it's not. We go blind. And so we will start reaching for pleasures to get ourselves out of this resisting pain all the time. We start reaching for porn or alcohol or drugs or fast food or video games or anything that can take ourselves out of that sort of fight or flight mode, which keeps us stuck at the same time, because when we rely on those things, they also cause us pain because we know that we shouldn't do them. We know that we should do something else, but we're too stuck at resisting everything all the time. Even resisting that, it's like, I need to do this, but I'm also resisting it at the same time. It's like, it's exhausting to live that way. It takes up enormous amounts of energy. Massive. And so letting go of that resistance is our natural state. Like what we find there is just who we are supposed to be, who we have always been, always surrendered, always present, never worried, never scared, always at ease, no matter what arises. And that doesn't mean that we shouldn't feel pain or that we won't feel pain. We will feel pain. We will feel fear if something happens. We will feel shame if something happens, perhaps. We will feel all of these things, but we won't walk around and rehearse all of that afterwards. We allow it to be. We're not resisting them. We don't think that I shouldn't feel this way. We won't feel the need to apologize for having a bad day. It's like, this is who I am. It's fine. I'm in grief or whatever. It's okay to be feeling sad. So if you're interested in learning to let go of resistance more, it can be done quite easily. So click the first link in my description and apply for my coaching, and I will help you with this if you're curious about this. My hand is going really numb here. Ooh. Holding the phone. Recording this on my phone, I usually have the camera. But so when we learn to do this, everything becomes still. Everything becomes exactly as it is. Everything just becomes peaceful on the inside. And I realize that it's the only thing that will keep us fulfilled. And it's that sensation which we are chasing in pleasures all the time. But we're not aware of that. We're not aware of that ease that is always present on the inside, because we're too occupied thinking that we need something to change. We're too much in a rush to get somewhere else than here. It's such a paradox. But it's here, it's always here. It's always been here, and it's always been here for all of us. It cannot be possessed by some and not by others. This is what the old sages realized of the past. This is what all religions are pointing towards, but they're pointing to it from this thing that we have in our mind. This point of view that feels separated, or that lives in separation. This thing that needs to be right. This thing that says that my way of life is the truth and yours is wrong. They have been constructed into this way of life that we all walk around and identify with in our mind. But I see the light though. I see more people realizing this, and it's such a good thing. It's like we will unite in this, all of us, and we won't feel separated anymore. We'll feel like we are a part of everything instead, and we won't suffer, and maybe we will start creating a better world. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to, like and comment as well, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.